Hey Vamp Fans, Vampire Queen here, and today we are going to be basically doing a get to know me, a long overdue get to know me. I don't know how much I'm going to do in this video, just mainly because when you think about it on the spot, holy crap, it is hard to think about stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing in this video today. Two things. My brothers told me that I could use their stories for next Monday. I'm going to do it next Monday just so I get all the details, so that way I don't say anything wrong. And I already explained this to one of my brothers, but so I have that for next Monday, and for Friday, I have a good game. If it is still up, I have a really good game for Friday. But this is today's video. It's going to kind of be a get to know me type of thing that I said I was going to do that I never got to do, or that I never did until now, obviously. But this might end badly, or this might go badly. Well, let's dive right on into this, I guess. This is going to kind of be like a 50 random facts about me, but without all the 50 random facts about me. I'm trying to open this. Will this even... No, because it won't even come out. Oh! It's okay. First things first, that I told people, I've always wanted to work in entertainment. Ever since I was a kid. Whether it would have been movies, whether it would have been dancing, I just wanted to be up where I was entertaining people. Ironically, going into that, I was never a speech and drama kid. I signed up for it before, but it got to the point where they were basically... everybody who were speech and drama kids knew what they were doing. So I just kind of looked at it as like I was an outcast. I didn't know what I was doing, so I dropped it. I stopped going to it. Like, I actually went to a meeting for it. And actually snowballing into that, I was never really one of those people to do like the sports or anything. Because I'm not a competitive person. The only thing I've really done, like, actually outside of school was cheerleading. And if I can find the photo, I'll crop it because there are other people in it. But if I can find it, I'll put it somewhere. If not, I'm just pointing at the air. Here, I'll point at my monitor. But yeah, I've never really done a lot of things like outside of school, like sports-wise, competitive-wise. When I was younger, a lot of kids, like a lot of teachers, a lot of kids at my old schools wanted me to join volleyball. The thing, I was more fit. The thing is, my mom flat out like told the people, she was like, she's not competitive. Like, someone will literally yell at her to tell her to get the ball, and she will go into the corner and start like crying. She is not competitive at all. She hates being yelled at. She shuts down. She gets overstimulated. So there was like a point in time where, because I've always wanted to be a cheerleader too when I was younger, I knew that there were like cheerleading things for kids, but I don't know. I wanted to join wrestling. I wanted to join wrestling. My grades weren't up, so I couldn't, but I've wanted to join wrestling too. I mean, I'm not going to be embarrassed to say anything like this, you know. Going on to something else. Oh gosh, I guess this is kind of a 50 random facts about me, isn't it? Eh. Another thing. In my teenage years, I've never wanted to wear foundation because I didn't know what I was doing and I would always cake it on. And just when I was a teenager, I just didn't want to wear stuff on my face. I just didn't want to wear it because it felt really heavy. I was in gym class most of the time, so I would sweat it off and I'd look terrible. I would look really cakey, which I know that there are alternatives out there to, like, you know, doing that, but I didn't know them at the time. Um, Now you obviously see me. I don't know what that spot's. I don't know what to do with that spot, but I've never when I was in school. Wore foundation a couple of times, never again. Didn't want to wear it again until I rediscovered it and I was like, oh, if you actually apply it right, then it won't feel like that. Um, but, anyways, going into like the self-conscious stuff, I will put a warning. But when I was a teenager, I never wore stuff like this because I didn't feel comfortable in my own body. I'm not showing you my booty because these are way too tight for that. But I didn't like wearing shorts. Like, even a lot of your I didn't have like a lot of like the lengthy shorts, so I was just kind of stuck there. But I did have a couple pairs of like the workout shorts, the swim shorts. I had your I even had, I don't know if I have it like in a video or anything, but I have shredded black shorts that I love wearing now. But back then, I just didn't want to. I was dealing with my own body issues, and even still now, but the thing is, I've grown out of that. I, just kind of learned to enjoy my body. I was kind of surrounded by people who loved their body and wore things that were flattering, and I just wasn't one of those people. I didn't feel comfortable in like the laces, in the nice shirts, because even now, like wearing dresses and stuff, I feel so restricted. Like, I think I have like one dress that I have, maybe three, but I don't wear them as often, because I throw them on, I feel pretty for like an hour, and then I see everybody else who's like wearing jeans, and I'm like, oh, that could have been me today. That could have been me today. Like, even wearing shorts. I mean, I look at people who have jeans, and I'm just like, man, my legs are cold. My legs are cold. This is not fun. I've always been obsessed with the dark makeup. I've always been obsessed with just like the whole gothic, the whole subculture, and the whole thing of just wearing the dark makeup, having the dark colors, having the piercings. I mean, I've always kind of been intrigued by that, but every single time I look at the person like that when I was younger, you kind of look at them like they're scary, right? A lot of them are pretty nice, they're pretty chill. Even people who like come into the store are pretty chill, like whenever they like have like the ear gauges and stuff. But the thing is, I've always wanted to do that. And being a makeup artist, a small makeup artist, I'm just a small bean. Sorry. So like being starting makeup artist, I kind of look at a lot of that stuff, and I like look at the eyeliner and stuff, and I'm like, wow. And it's almost like if you enjoy that kind of stuff, you should just do it, you know? Who cares what everybody else thinks? You know, I used to do like a red and black eye makeup look to school every day. Almost every day if I was feeling motivated enough to it. But yeah, when I was at my first job, I used to always wear like the makeup that people would like look at and be like, "Wow, that's not professional." I think I have a couple on my Snapchat thing. Again, I'll download them and put them up here. But I used to do that to work almost all the time. You know, I used to do like the one eye color different than like that one, you know. And that was just like my thing that I used to do. What else? What else? What else? My real name is Penelope. I get a lot of compliments on it. I like to think my mom named me after Odysseus's wife from the Odyssey. She didn't, but I like to pretend she did. Guess what my nickname is? Guess what my nickname is? I've said it a couple times in my videos. Despite people using Penny as a nickname for like people who have the name Penelope, my nickname is actually Ellie. Whenever people call me Penny, it pisses my mom off. Because we used to have a blue healer named Penny. Like, I know I was born before her, but it's like at one of my old jobs, people used to call me Penny, and then I'm just like, because we had an Ellie. People always used to call me Penny at that job, and I just kind of had to bite my tongue because, like, people are like, you know, why couldn't they just call you Penny? And it's like, my parents wanted to be creative with it. Like, there doesn't have to be a reason they call me that. Like, it's, I don't know. I told another person that, because he asked the same thing. He was like, you know, why do they call you Ellie? And I'm just like, they just wanted to be different. And he's like, oh, so you're not like other girls? And I'm just like, oh, I'm about to show you that I'm not like other girls in a minute. I'm sorry, we're not condoning violence over here. Despite me actually being a younger person, I actually get along with older people than younger people. I just kind of feel like whenever I talk to like older people, not like old people. I get along with old people too, but I mean like people who are older than I am, like 30s, 40s, 50s even too. I mean, I get along with a lot of your older people. Like one of my friends I knew from my very first job, and I actually got along with a lot of your like older coworkers than a lot of like the younger ones. Well, work's kind of a little different when you get out of school because you actually get to go see what the real world is like. But even still now being 23, I am still in touch with those older people today. They're gonna be watching my videos and being like, will you stop saying older? Adults before me. the adults before I became an adult. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm going to kind of get made fun of for saying this, but I think I'm kind of like an older. Well, it's because I used to hang out with my mom's friends with her too. Like, if they didn't have like kids or if their kids were younger, um, then I just kind of hang out with the parents, and I'd chime in with a couple of the things if they were talking to me, but if they were talking amongst themselves, I was just kind of there, like a little shadow, I was just kind of there listening to the conversation. Because when you listen to like adults when you're a kid, you're just like, wow, yeah, stories. I've grown up around babies. My nephews, my cousins, I've grown up around babies. So whenever I know we have our own stories, but like whenever I see people who are like, I've never even held a baby, I'm just like, dude, really? I like grew up with those things. Like, I was a little kid and I was not by myself, but I was kind of handling babies. Like, I knew how to hold them. I knew how to. I knew what I needed to do, and whenever my mom needed to feed him, she was just like, "Okay, give me the baby," and I'm just like, "Okay, mama." Um, yeah, like it's pretty interesting how you grow up and you can kind of look back on some things and you're just like, okay. And I've taken an early childhood class as well. So that kind of came to me as like, oh, I know some of this. Like, I know that they don't eat foods when they're just born. I tried giving a pizza roll to one baby, and my mom yelled at. I'm just kidding. That never happened. I'm stupid, but I'm not dumb. Like, no, but I just grew up around kids. That's pretty much all it is. Like, just little me, just little me, just going through life. This is gonna be a very weird get to know me. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Despite me looking and acting like a badass, if you yell at me, I will cry. If you yell at me, I will start crying. What's in the way? If you yell at me, I will start crying. And I will make sure you feel bad about it. Yep. I wasn't very popular in school. I wasn't popular in school. I had friends, but the friend group I had, they came and they went. And classic school, if you, I was around the people who, like, used to hang out with, like, the bad influences. Maybe I was the bad influence and they were trying to go to the good influences. So I just kind of sat by myself most of the time. And did my own thing. It's pretty much me. I don't want to stop it because I'm going to have to like do another video if I do that. So I'm just going to kind of zip through these last couple ones. Most of my life I lived on farms. Most of my life I've lived on farms. This was one of the only times that I haven't lived on a farm. I miss it. I miss everything about living there. So far, I've lived in 4 states. And I've traveled to more. I've traveled to more states, don't worry. Actually, in my Yellowstone one, I actually traveled to another state. I think I traveled to Utah? Is that where it is? I'm gonna have to look that up. But, I've always wanted to travel. My new travel vlogs, I'm actually wanting to, my new travel vlogs, when I get the money for it, of course, I want to go to the Queen Mary. And I might actually do more travel vlogs on that. Did I already say I was going to do travel vlogs like 3 times? I think I did. I started collecting chokers when I was 14 years old. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't have 100. I'm obsessed with chokers. Those were one of the only things that I could get that I thought were badass that my parents would actually let me get. I don't know what else I can do. I'm very, very good at talking about myself. As you can tell. I can probably safely say that I watch more male makeup artists than I do female. Classifying, of course. When I was a kid, I never liked short hair. I never liked short hair on me. And now that I'm an adult, I think it's perfect. I wanted to go for an anime inspired. My hairdresser did a really, really, really good job. I've dyed my hair since I was I've had my hair dyed since I was 14. Some people will say younger. But the thing is, I wasn't really allowed to do a lot of that stuff until a certain age, which is fine. I actually had blonde hair. I've had blonde hair before. This by far is my favorite one. I've always wanted the burgundy, which I've done burgundy before. I've always wanted the Dr. Pepper red, the red velvet. I've really liked this hairstyle. I can't really explain it, and I've tried to find photos of it, but it's actually really hard to find, but anime inspired. The long in the front, the short in the back. The pixie in the back, the long in the front. I've always liked seeing anime characters like that with the little hair that's hanging down. But the thing is, when I was younger for the longest time, I've hated short hair. I did not want any short hair on me. But the thing is, my hair was dead. So there was really no chance for it. So I decided to go for a big cut. And my first cut I've actually got was a bob. And then I was like, you know what? I think I want to go shorter. And then so she did shorter. I've always wanted the black and red in my hair, so I asked her to do the black and red. And she did amazing. And my mom even complimented me, telling me that I did a really good job thinking about it. That's another thing. I at least try thinking about what I'm going to be doing to my body, especially if it's something like this or a tattoo or a piercing. I always think about it. I always take my time to think about it. Like, I want an eyebrow piercing, and the thing is, right now, I'm kind of torn in between getting one and not getting one. Just mainly because I get a lot of people who tell me, girl, just spit it out. I tried. You know, I get a lot of people who tell me that I shouldn't get it because my face is too pretty for it, but also because of the scar if I don't want it. Which is fine. I mean, I get where people are coming from with it, but the thing is, I really want one. The other piercing I really want is a belly button piercing. Like, I've never really been that kind of teenager who had the drive to get one when I was 16, 17, or 18. Now I'm 23 and I'm like, dude, think about how badass that would be. I think I want to put a little bit of blush. I think I'm going to put a little bit of blush. Bucket Brown, that is your thing. I should not be taking that from you. But the thing is, there are a lot of things that I know I did, but like, it's hard to think about, you know? Another random fact about me is a lot of my friends I talk to now are either from work or people I used to work with, or surprisingly from the internet. I'm so mature artist. And a lot of those people who I've talked to since I was like 15, sorry mom and dad, that I've talked to on the internet since I was like 15, not most of them, but a few of them, I'm still in chat. I'm still talking to today. Like, I'm not gonna lie anymore. I mean, I'm 23. Another big fact about me. This is gonna get a little personal, but this is another fact about me is I had a pregnancy scare when I was 16. I'm just basically listing stuff off now. I'm so sorry. Listen, I made kind of a random fact, get to know me thing, and I said I was going to do it, so here it is. I want to do some freckles. No, I'm done hiding. I'm done hiding my emotions. Sorry. I don't know why I'm doing this. No, but I had a pregnancy scare when I was 16. I went to school the next day after I was talking to my boyfriend at the time. And they were like, girl. And I was like, I know. Let's move on from that. Yeah, but a lot of my people I used to know from like work, I'm still in touch with. Not a lot of people from school. I mean, like, there will be a couple of people who like text me from school who are like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I'm just like, fine. Like, what do you want me to say? I mean, there were only a few people from school who I've like had a close connection with. The other people, they were friends, they were acquaintances, but they weren't like, they weren't friends, you know, like they weren't friends. Like, I used to say hi to them, they used to say hi to me. A lot of my crushes from school they're off, they're having girlfriends. A lot of people I used to have a crush on, you know, even as an adult, they're off doing whatever. I'm single. What is this? A freaking dating show? But I'm single. I'm that single woman with 2 cats. I got enough. I was able to squeeze enough in for me to finish my makeup. So I mean, I did pretty good. Yeah, but a lot of I don't know. I used to do that with my hair all the time. I didn't have bangs for the longest time. Now I do. I'm obsessed with red, black, and white. Those are my 3 favorite colors. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's put some lip gloss on. I think that'll make things look a little better. Another big fact I want to say that you guys can probably say is I've done a lot better. I've grown to appreciate myself. I've grown to appreciate myself as a person now that I finally got what I wanted to done, you know? You guys don't understand. Now I feel like this is like an actual job, like without obviously without the payment right now. But deadline wise, like I always want to make sure I'm getting you guys your videos on time and at a reasonable time, you know. Another couple things, honorary mentions that I forgot is that I don't want to forget is I'm just gonna put some hand lotion on while I say this. Vampire blood. This is another thing. I don't really do a lot of Bath and Body Works stuff. If I do, it's a treat for me because those are expensive. I do singing and dancing as a hobby. I actually want to do a couple of covers. If I get to that point, I really want to do it. I've always wanted to do animating. I can actually match pitch with most of my songs I sing to. Not competitively, but I used to do ice skating. Want to get back into doing that. I even want to go back into doing rollerblades. Not rollerblades, roller skating. I was introduced, not allowed to, but I was introduced to a lot of your horror movies at a very young age. I got that because I really wanted a punching bag. No, it has a bunch of claw marks because I have cats who like to sit on top of it. I actually have punching gloves. I actually have a weight set right there. I'm wanting to do more weightlifting. A lot of my inspiration I get from other YouTubers. That's why I do all the shout outs. And the cherry on top, I am pretty good with technology to a certain extent. It's because I do my research. And a lot of people are looking, a lot of people do like the, whoa, you know that? Whoa, you know this? And I'm like, I know as much as I need to. I know as much as I need to. I still go to my brother with questions because he knows more about the technology stuff than I do, but I've actually looked a couple of things up. I've looked a few things up. I know what I know because I've done my research. I've looked it up. I only know as much as I need to make my videos and to get by with doing what I want to. I'm going to be getting a new gaming chair and a new gaming setup. Over time, of course. But yeah, this wasn't a very good one, but this was a 50. 50. This was a random facts about me and a get to know me. Not the best one. This was more of a fact video than it was like an actual get to know me video. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all it is. There'll probably be more videos like this and more stories like this down the road. If I think of more. Part 2, part 3, maybe part 3. I don't know. I know this is probably going to be a part 2 to this because I know I missed a couple things, but I'll be more prepared next time. But but this is pretty much all I can really think about right now for a video. I mean, better than nothing. But I mean, it's the best I can do, guys. I'm sorry. But my next video will definitely be a lot better than this. I don't know what I'm gonna react to. I'm probably just going to. I don't know what I'm gonna react to. I'll think about it. But I know what I'm doing on Friday. You guys are probably going to either going to love it or hate it. I feel like it's going to be one of those videos. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed recording this video. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye!